Hello. Can you guys see me? Apologies for that. I had to end the stream and start again. Hopefully you guys are here. Is everyone back here or no? Hopefully you guys pop it in the chat and come back online. I'm sorry about that. Sorry. Hopefully you can hear me now. Hopefully you can hear me loud and strong. Apologies for that. The fucking thing just died. My laptop battery died. Apologies. I didn't plug it in like a fucking idiot. But hey, we're back now. Random show episode number 42. Big up everybody in the stream chat. Big up everybody tuning in. I'll let everyone flood in again. Apologies for that. I was legitimately I legitimately forgot to plug in the fucking battery charger thing for the laptop and it turned off. But yeah, hopefully you guys can hear me loud and strong, loud and clear. Let's everyone come back and stuff again. Apologies for that. Now the Mia didn't run out, Proven. The Mia didn't run out, I promise. I just forgot to fucking plug the fucking charger in. But we're back now. We're back. And I'm actually getting lit off this. I'm not going to lie. These are actually working. I might end up like Unique today. My hay fever's fucking blowing my fucking eardrums out. But hey, it is what it is. So hopefully you guys are back and coming back in strong. Hopefully let everyone stream in and hang out and stuff. I'm going to turn over to... I was drinking the Berliner Kindle. Can you see that? Now I'm going to switch over to the Space Cake. No, honestly, I really do wish it was gear. But today it's not gear. Today it's just actual hay fever. If you can see my bogey, it's actually all green. I don't know if you can see it here on the camera. I'm not sure if it can come up on the camera, but that's my bogey rag. It's actually all green. And I can smell it too. It smells stinky. If anyone has allergies, you know when you sneeze and you excrete your bogey, it actually smells. It smells quite funky, and that's what I've got in my nose. It's actual bogey, so it's not drugs. I wish it was drugs. If it was drugs, it would be fucking far more fun. But I just landed, so I don't have anything at the moment. So but yeah, unfortunately, it is the thing. I like how everybody's putting on the slow and the chat in the thing. I actually wish it was drugs. Trust me, I wouldn't lie to you guys. If I was on drugs right now, I'll be telling you. I'd be doing this. I'd be like going down and doing lines and then coming back on the stream. I wouldn't be fucking around. I don't give a fuck. I'm not that kind of person that will be hiding what I do. Do you know what I mean? That's what I do, man. No one believes me in this chat. Everyone's saying, yeah, okay. You guys don't believe me. You guys think I'll be that kind of guy that'll be hiding my drug use. Trust me, if I was doing drugs on stream, you guys would know. You guys would see, and I would make it very, very obvious. There'll be no hiding in my game. There's no S in my game. No shame in my game. Trust me, I don't fuck around. But anyway, regardless, if you guys believe me or not, I'm not gonna do that. What's that thing people do? Dust protest too much, whatever that is. So I'm gonna stop now. So here we go. Switching over to the Berliner beers, of course. There we go. And as I said before, these beers are being sponsored by that Berlin and Pils fund that you see down below there in the old stream. So if you want to contribute, then make sure you do. And all you need to do to contribute to that is, the only thing you need to do to contribute to that is to subscribe. It's to donate to the fucking chat. Let me put the fucking link in there, actually, the Streamlabs link. I actually forgot to put it in there like an absolute idiot, because I am an absolute idiot sometimes. So, where is it? Where's the link? Bear with me 1 second. I think I had it written down here somewhere, didn't I? Where are you? Okay, it's not written down, so I have to write it again. Or can I just get it on here? I should be able to get it on here, shouldn't I? Let's see if I can get it up on my studio app. 1 second. What are you guys saying in the chat anyway? Bang. It ain't Tiger Thick. Oh, you know what? Hey, STs. I want Tiger Thick. If anybody in the UK, I know most of my viewers are in the US, so it doesn't really make sense to say this, but if any of you guys are in the UK and you happen to stumble upon Tiger Thick, let me know. Let me know ASAP. Like, get at me on Instagram, join my Discord and let me know. Like, find a way to let me know that Tiger Thick is in the UK, and I'll buy that instantly and I'll do a live taste test. I'll do it on live stream straight away. I'm missing out. I need to do a live taste test of fucking Tiger Thick. I want to taste that shit. I need it. I need it so much. I want to taste that. I really do. Oh, it asked me to verify. I hate when it does this shit, man. God almighty. Okay, cool. Bear with me 1 second. I have to fucking verify this bullshit. Actually, can I just look at my stuff so I don't have to do this? Because I don't want to. This is going to be long. Let's see if I can just get this up on here. Boom. I got my videos on my YouTube channel. No, actually on my YouTube here, right? my library. I'll go back on the live that I was doing earlier. All I need to do is just fucking type the link. That's it. It's not too hard to do. Oh, the stream chat's not available to view for some reason. Okay, cool. Excellent. Great. Amazing. Go back to my videos then. Let me see if I can get on the last one. What is it again? I think it's just, isn't it just Streamlabs Agostino or something? Or something. Is it like, what is it again? I forgot what the link is. Let me see if I can get it up on my Streamlabs. I don't want to go through the fucking links and checking it out again. But yeah, if somebody has it, then get it. No, TJ. Don't worry about sending it. I want to buy it myself, but I don't think alcohol-wise you're allowed to ship whiskey from one country to the other. I'm pretty sure you're not. If you are allowed to ship whiskey from America to the UK, then I'll do that instantly. I don't think you are. I think that's the whole reason why Brendan was struggling to sell his whiskey, because he thought you could just sell whiskey on like a Shopify account, but you can't, because I guess in the States you have different laws regarding each state in terms of like alcohol and how it's sold and whatnot and taxes you have to pay. And I'm pretty sure it's the same when it comes to sending whiskey to abroad to other countries, which is why some countries have certain brands of whiskey and other brands have certain brands of whiskey, because it's like all region based. That's me just talking out my ass. I'm not too sure, but I remember hearing people on the Whiskey Vault, this YouTube channel I follow. If you want to get into whiskey, check out the Whiskey Vault. They've got a really good channel. I think they've got one called Whiskey Vault and Whiskey Tribe. I think Whiskey Tribe is like their vlogging type channel, talking about their store, and the Whiskey Vault is another one. There's not a legal way, but you can. Okay, you can do it. Okay, cool. You can. Okay, you can. But you can ship it. Charges and taxes will be mad. You can, but the shipping and charges and taxes will be mad high. Okay, cool. Okay. So you can do it, but it would just be really expensive to do. All right, that explains it then. Well, I would rather not pay $100 for fucking Brendan Schaub's whiskey personally. I mean, I'm not that committed to reviewing it, but if it's available to me to buy like from what they call it, from like an artisanal place or from like a whatever place it may be, then I'm willing to do that effort to go to that place, but I'm not willing to fucking spend $100 and shit to fucking ship that shit over. Like, no, thank you. That's not something I'm willing to do at all in the slightest. So nada. Anyway, let me see if I can get this thing up quickly. Bear with me one sec. I want to put the donation link in the chat here. I know this is probably not the best way to stream, and this is definitely weird and odd, but please bear with me 1 second. I think it's under settings. I think it's donations. There we go. I've got it. Link. Okay, cool. That's the link there. Okay, cool. So I got the link, and now all I need to do is post it on the chat, innit? Come on, son. Where are you? Actually, no, I'll just write on my phone because it's taking too long to do. It's taking too long to do. But anyway, so let me write on my phone here so you guys can see what I'm doing. Bear with me 1 second. And I'll get back to you guys right away. Boom. Go to stream chat. I'll just write it in on here. Donate to the Berlin Beers. And yo, I don't know how fucking Unix does this, man. Drinking like this. I'm already buzzed off of one beer because I've been fasting for 16 hours. I'm already feeling a little bit woo. I don't know how this guy does this like on a daily. I really don't. I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna be fair to him. I don't know how Unix does this, but also don't know how you guys watch him. I don't know why you guys watch him getting blasted and drunk, because you basically encourage him to drink that much. But God almighty, man, this is fucking hard to do. And I've actually planned this show. I've actually got the tabs that I want to look at. I actually know what I want to do. I'm not just going off the seat of my pants, you know what I mean? And I'm already like, you know what I mean? Smiling like a little, like a little girl who's got her first fucking shot at the club. Bloody hell, I don't know how he does it. I really don't know how he does it. Honestly, don't know how he does it. But anyway, less about that and more about me. I've put the thing link in the chat. There we go. Can I make that? Can I pin that? Please tell me I can pin that. Can I pin that? Yes, I can pin it. Okay, cool. We're done. We're sorted. All right, cool. Done. Oh, that took fucking ages to sort out. All right. Anyway, so if you want to donate to the Berlin Beers and Pills Fund, you can. The link is in the description. And there's another link in the flipping chat to click there, donate or whatnot if you want to do. If you don't want to do that, I appreciate you staying with me anyway. Just make sure at the end of the stream, if you like what you see and you don't like what you see, either click down vote or click up vote. I'll appreciate that also. I'm going to crack this beer open and we're going to get going. So yeah, this is it. Berliner Pilsner. No, I'm not drinking that. I'm drinking, there you go, Berliner Pilsner. So this is obviously to owe to Berlin. Big up everybody in the stream chat here. And of course, as you guys don't know, I am in Berlin at the moment. I'm on vacation and I actually took my laptop and my gear with me to stream. So my dedication to you guys is unparalleled. So if you think I don't appreciate you, hopefully this is proof that I appreciate you guys checking me out, hanging out with me, because I'm a nobody and you guys, hang out with me and fucking waste your time with me, listen to what I have to say, and I really do appreciate it. So hopefully this is my kind of me giving back to you, the fact that I took my fucking gear on vacation with me and I'm out here drinking Berliner beer with you live on stream. Gonna drink it now, mute my mic and behave. Woo! Let's go. All right, cool. Let's do this. Okay, cool. I was talking about Alex Jones when I left, right? Was I talking about Alex Jones? I was talking about Alex Jones last. So I'm going to quickly play this clip of one of the Sandy Hook victims basically addressing Alex Jones and pointing out how much of a piece of shit he is for, basically all the false news he was spreading and the fact that he referred to the kids that died in that tragedy as crisis actors. Pretty heartbreaking clip, to be honest.
I wanted to tell you to your face because I wanted you to know that I am a mother first and foremost, and I know that you're a father and my son existed. You're still on your show today trying to say that I'm implying that I'm an actress, that I'm deep state. You have this week. Truth is so vital to our world. Truth is what we base our reality on. We have to agree on that to have a civil society. Sandy Hook is a hard truth. Hard truth. Nobody would want to ever believe that 26 kids could be murdered. Nobody would ever want to believe that. I understand people not wanting to believe that, actually. I don't want to believe it. Jesse was real. I am a real mom. There's nothing out there. Nothing. There's records of Jesse's birth, of me. I mean, I have a history, and there's nothing that you could have found because it doesn't exist, that I'm deep state. It's just not true. I know you know that. That's the problem. I know you know that. And you keep saying it. You keep saying it. Why? Why? For money? Because you've made a lot of money while you've said it. I know I know you believe me. And yet you're gonna leave this courthouse and you're gonna say it again on your show.
What a piece of shit. That silence of that mum, like, so many thoughts go through her head, innit, when she's just looking at him silently. So many thoughts go through her head, like, I could just throw a chair at him, but that wouldn't help. It would just bolster his career. I could say something rude to him. It won't help. It would bolster his career. I could, whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's just, I just want to know, Doc, again, as being an not ex-fan, but being a somewhat fan of Alex Jones, what happened to this guy, man? Like, really, what happened to this guy? Why did he decide this was the hill he wanted to die on? Why? It really does make no sense that this guy that was such a, that has such a interesting take on society, on politics, on news, on religion, on, extraterrestrial shit. Like, he actually was the alternative news source that we actually needed. Like, don't get me wrong, he's crazy and he's mad, but I think you need that kind of counterbalance from all the crappy shit you see on mainstream media from CNN and all that shit. You need to have a counterbalance. I think he was because he was like so far on that side. But then he decided to just go so far off the reservation with this Sandy Hook stuff. I don't get it. Someone mentioned in the stream chat before that they said that supposedly, and Alex Jones got bad information. Like, he got bad intel. He was told bad information. Like, he was told by somebody he trusted that massacre at Sandy Hook was actually fake and that they were crisis actors. And he trusted that person and he just went with it because, as always, he just goes with his sources that he trusts. But I also don't think that's a reasonable excuse. For someone with his type of experience, you shouldn't just be like going off the back of what you just heard from somebody. You should be vetting the fake information, making sure you go through as many background checks as you can to make sure it's true. Because if you get it wrong, you know the consequences. And for whatever reason, he just doesn't seem to care, innit? And I want to know also, when it comes to money, why doesn't he care when it comes to money? Do you guys think Alex Jones is like funded by some really wealthy people? Because, sorry, they're bounding around the money terms, and I heard figures quoted around 40 million plus. And I'm pretty sure Alex Jones doesn't have 40 million in his bank account now that he could give to the family to kind of compensate them for all the hurt he's made over the years. So it's probably going to be money that's going to be stripped from his assets, from his business. Loads of things, right, are going to be stripped from him in terms of like...
Good shit, bruv.
Oh, big up. Way, big up the $10 donation. Big up, appreciate you so much. I think that was from Richard Yoplate. Thank you so much. But when it comes to Alex Jones, do you guys think he's funded by like a really wealthy backer? Because if it was me and I was getting in this kind of trouble that he was getting into, and my literal livelihood, not career, forget career, my livelihood and my ability to look after my family, and especially with Alex Jones, he's just coming off the back of a divorce. He's got kids. He has to cover, I'm sure he has to pay child support some way. Like, why isn't he more worried about that? Like, why does he seem to be okay with this whole circus? He's doing press conferences outside the courtroom. He doesn't seem to be taking it seriously. What do you think is happening there? What's going on? Do you think he's backed by like a what's that guy's name? Do you think he's backed by like Peter Thiel in the background? Do you think Peter Thiel's backing him or somebody else in Silicon Valley? It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't make any sense. Joseph, have you seen the video? Have you seen the dad that was laughing the countdown to his live news and started crying? No, I haven't seen that. Bohemian Club piece was a classic. Oh yeah, of course, the Bohemian Club piece was definitely a classic. Astes V says he's in too deep. He walks back the claims as false, and it makes him look bad in his audience. But around when Sandy Hook was happened, lots of bad info was out, and he took it and ran with it. Yeah, I still don't think that's a good fucking thing. I had the counterbalance with no need to fuck with the parents to do that. Of course, Space Car, that's what I said. I actually like the counterbalance. I think you need an Alex Jones. If you're going to have MSNBC, if you're going to have those platforms that, you know, when the Joe Biden son, when the, what's his name called? Anyway, Joe Biden's son. When all that Joe Biden laptop son thing happened, all the mainstream media that are on the left were just looking upwards. They were just having their burying their heads in the sand or looking up to the sky, pretending all those images of him with fucking prostitutes, allegedly, doing crack, allegedly, and just being an absolute delinquent, allegedly, were like all didn't exist. They pretended it didn't exist. So if that's the case, if you're going to have platforms that will, you know, ignore that sort of information and news, because you know if that happened to Trump, if that was one of Trump's kids, they'd be running pieces on it fucking 24/7. If they want to blank it out, then you need Alex Jones to counterbalance that. You need somebody that's going to tell it, quote unquote, as it is from their crazy side to counterbalance all the other stuff that you're being fucking, you know, indoctrinated with on the mainstream media. But I don't know, man. I really don't know. Like, it's a real shame for all involved. I feel really sorry for the families of Sandy Hook victims. I feel very sorry that they're still, to this day, the memories of that kid those kids are still so attached to Alex. If anything, Alex Jones is more important than those kids' memories. Those kids haven't been really laid to rest. You know, there's no peace. Every time their name's mentioned, it's conspiracy, it's court cases. I just hope it gets decided. They go away into the sunset with loads of money, and they can actually go and try and repair their lives or somewhat. Because I can't imagine what it'd be like to lose a kid in that. Losing a kid in general must be horrible. To lose a kid in that kind of circumstance and have it play out in the public like this must be so awful. So I just hope that kind of gets sorted in the end. What people say here in the chat, Marty Moose says, I like Alex Jones, he's funny as hell, but he did those families in Sandy Hook wrong. He needs to pay out of the arse. I 100% agree with that. Sky says it's Bohemian Grove, not Clum. Not Clune. Okay, cool. The lawsuit they ordered Alex Jones is worth... Excuse me? Marty Moose, is that true? In the lawsuit, they audited Alex Jones. He's worth over $400 million. Really? He has that? So what's his main wealth? Does he have property? Is it his business? Streaming online? Like, where's his money come from?
Victory to the truth.
Wow. Hey! Big up, massive donation. Wow. Oh my God. Fucking hell. Mr. Singh, thank you so much, brother. $51. I appreciate you, Guy. I appreciate you, gang. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. But Marty Moose, can you explain, brother? How's that shows where's that money come from? Mr. Singh, is that your language you're putting in the chat here? What is that your language? Is that your language, or is it something that I should know? That is not true. Okay, cool. That is not true. Okay, fair enough. Fucking hell. I'm about to say, Alex Jones is worth $400 million. He made bank from selling dick pills. Oh yeah, true. He's got dick pills and like protein and stuff in it, right? He's got like supplements and whatnot, right? He's got supplements. I'm not sure. It's supplements, right? He's got supplements. Yeah. Ryan JJ said, by the way, I'm 30 minutes behind. You said he's 440 million he's been sued for. It makes sense now. He can't pay up the libel case, of course. Marcus is through selling vitamin supplements. Okay, cool. I didn't know you can make that much. I didn't know you can make that kind of money selling supplements. But it does explain why everyone's selling supplements, right? Every other fucking influencer out there sells supplements. So it makes a lot of sense. But anyway, continue. So I don't know what you guys think. Hopefully you guys agree with me. Hopefully you agree with me. But I really did think, again, being a big fan of Joe Rogan and somebody who watched Joe Rogan podcast from around, I'm going to say the 400 mark is when I started to watch Joe Rogan episodes, right? Podcast. And I have to say, I've been a big, long-time fan. I started podcasting because of Joe Rogan and Bill Burr, basically. Joe Rogan, Bill Burr, and Tim Ferriss probably made me podcast to begin with. And obviously Bill Burr because he does it solo. But Joe Rogan because he's just a fucking beast. And his consistency is fucking phenomenal. And obviously the time that he goes, like, it's just crazy. I loved him. Like big fan of his. But of course, there's some hits and misses over the years with these podcasts. And since he's gone on Spotify, there's been maybe more misses than hits. And sometimes when it comes to him interviewing comedians, it can sometimes be a little bit same old. They go over the same ground, about the business, about putting bits together, about who's a murderer, blah, blah, blah. It can get a little bit self-congratulatory, like they're basically sucking their own dicks. But there are some occasions when he interviews comedians where it's really fun and they're having a lot of banter and you can actually feel that Joe's having a good time. Because rarely, sometimes on Joe's podcast, does he allow comedians to tell jokes. It's really strange, I know, because Joe Rogan's a professional stand-up comedian himself. He's got many specials on Netflix. He's been a touring professional comic for a very long time, maybe going on to 3 decades or something like that. But for some reason on his podcast, he hates when comedians go on there and try and be silly, right? And one example of that is Theo Vaughn. Theo Vaughn in his first couple of appearances on Joe Rogan were really awkward and really bad, similar to his Theo Vaughn's interviews with Bill Burr, because Joe Rogan didn't let Theo Vaughn be Theo Vaughn. If you know Theo Vaughn, he's got like a real off-kilter, kind of hillbilly type comedy and sense of humor. You don't know if he's telling the truth or if he's telling a lie, but it's just fun and done in the aid of just trying to make jokes and make you laugh, basically. So you don't care if he's lying or not lying, but you know it's just going to be silly. For some reason, Joe Rogan didn't vibe with it and didn't really let him be him. But for some reason, it feels like over time, Joe Rogan has either got to know Theo Vaughn more, or he realized his errors of his mistake on his last episode and basically allowed Theo to do him. And this recent episode with Theo Vaughn was legitimately one of the most funniest I've ever watched. Like, legitimately funny. And I stress it to you guys in the chat. If you guys skip Joe Rogan episodes and you don't check them out, I implore you, please check out the episode of Theo Vaughn and Joe Rogan, because it was really, really good. Like, really, really good. Really funny, really good. And even the episode that Theo Vaughn did on his own podcast, where Joe Rogan was on it, was in the same studio, but they still did it there, whatever. That was really fun too. But I thought Theo Vaughn's question that he posed to Joe Rogan, this question about wealth, was incredibly interesting. And I would have really liked to have heard Joe talk about it more. But I guess if you've got money and you're really rich, it's a bit awkward. Sorry. If you're somebody that maybe attained your wealth late in life, it's a bit awkward to maybe talk about it because you feel like maybe you don't. Do you feel like you don't deserve it? I don't know. Maybe there's something awkward about when you become I would imagine there's something awkward about becoming a multi-millionaire in your late 40s, like how Joe did, right? He became a multi-millionaire maybe in his late 30s, late 40s, but he was never rich from childhood. He maybe grew up in a middle-class family, but he was never wealthy to the point of where he is now. So he made all his wealth like late in life, quote unquote. So maybe when someone asks you a question like, is it scary for people to know that you have so much money? It's hard for you to kind of put it into words because you don't want to explain it because you don't want to come across like a douche. I don't know. But regardless, I thought this question from Theo Vaughn was fucking amazing. And I really did wish Joe would maybe let his guard down and maybe answered it a little bit more truthfully. I really did wish he would have done that. But regardless, I really do recommend you check out the interview. It's a really good one. But this is Theo Vaughn asking Joe Rogan about what it what it must feel like to sign that Spotify deal that was rumored to be anywhere between $100 million to $300 million. And he only signed that deal with Spotify, guys. Let's stress this. It's a 3-year deal with an option to a 4th to only license his podcast on Spotify. They don't own the IP. They don't own the rights to it. They don't own anything else. They're just licensing it on Spotify exclusively for 3 years with option of a 4th for anywhere in the region between 100 to $300 million. He absolutely smashed it. A deal of the century. And this is before, and this is also, think of it, this is after the fact. Joe Rogan, before the Spotify deal, it was rumored was making anywhere between, I remember reading, anywhere between 10 million to 50 million per year off the podcast alone. From like the rate for the streams, the ads, the Google, the YouTube AdSense. He was making anywhere between 10 to 50 million per year just from sitting down and talking like I am on the fucking podcast. And then he got a check for $300 to $100 million. Imagine. But anyway, I've liked this question for 3 of 1. I thought it was fucking amazing. Now, the thing that I don't like about this answer to the question, because I really do think that question was really a good question to ask. Like, is it scary for people to know you have that much money? It's similar to asking like a lottery winner. Is it scary? Yeah, lottery winner is a good example. Imagine if someone won the lottery, but they were also a business owner. So you knew they had some level of wealth, but not level of wealth where you win the lottery. So you're a business owner, you own like a carpet store, but then suddenly in your local community, you win like $100 million. It's a valid question to ask that person, hey, is it scary that before everybody knew you were well off, everyone knew that you were the business owner that owned that business, that sells carpets, you lived in a big house in your local neighborhood, you drive a nice car, but now everybody knows categorically you have 100 million or somewhere around that region. How does that feel? Is that like, what's the emotions around it? What does it make you feel like? Do you feel guilty? Blah, blah, blah. Well, see, definitely allergies. I've got this weird cough coming as well. But Joe didn't want to answer it for whatever reason. And then he internalized it and made it about comedy and stuff. And I don't think the comedy thing about other comedians being jealous and stuff is actually a bad thing. Because unfortunately, if you look at Brendan Schaub as a good example, comedy isn't what's that word called? Stand-up comedy isn't a, what's that term that they use? Stand-up comedy isn't where you earn your right, or you earn your spot to be there. Stand-up comedy isn't a thing, isn't, let me remember, come on, I got beer brain now. Let me remember the term. What's the term? Stand-up comedy isn't, what's that word called? Where you have to earn your right to be there. There's a chat, no? What's that word called? No one knows the chat, do they? No, they don't. No one knows. Anyway, stand-up comedy isn't a thing where like the best and the funniest become successful. It's never that. Yeah, there we go. Exactly. Meritocracy. That's the word. Sorry, that's the word. Stand-up comedy isn't a meritocracy. I think Brendan Schaub proved that. So I think, in my opinion, this is my opinion personally, again, for not being a stand-up comedian, so don't kill me here. I think comedians who are jealous and disgruntled at the industry, at the scene, or really at people and say, how did he get that? I should get that. I deserve that. I can see where they're coming from, because I don't think Brendan Schaub is the first and last person who is, quote, undeserving of his success. I think there were many of them over the years, but because it's social media and it's the internet, we see him more, and he's more like, he's more visible. But I don't think Brendan Schaub will be the first or the last. So this has been happening for a long time in comedy. So if that's the case, then there's been plenty of people who are really funny, really talented, who spend a lot of time crafting their bits, who go up and do time on stage in different places. They don't just perform in front of their own audience like Brendan does. They go on tour, they go on actual tour, they do triple runs, they really commit to the craft, but for whatever reason, they can't put the pieces together to become successful, to have a HBO special, to be on Comedy Central back in the day, to be on Netflix. They just can't work it out. So it's okay to look at somebody like a Brendan and think, oh my God, how did he deserve that? Because it also looks like in comedy also, for whatever reason, I think it might be the same in every entertainment industry, right? In every entertainment industry, there's either the people that are like at the bottom or at the top. It doesn't feel like there's many middle people. Like, think about your friends. You might know a friend who plays in a band, and your friend's band, they play the local bar around the corner. They're not on TV, are they? But soon, if they keep doing what they're doing and they become successful, they will get on TV. But there's no middle ground. There's no band middle ground. It's either you're playing local gigs in bars and pubs, or you're on the biggest stage and biggest festivals, or you're playing like festival stages and shit. There doesn't seem to be like a middle ground. So I think if that's the case, then I can understand why some comedians will look at somebody and think, hey, how did he get that? I deserve that more because I'm more talented and blah, 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 blah. But when it comes to Joe Rogan with the money stuff, I think it's more interesting because of the podcasting side of it. Because it's such a crazy number for a podcast. To just sit on the table and talk shit to people for an hour plus and get paid, up to 300 million, it just doesn't make any sense. So I would love to hear him kind of try to articulate it and talk about it, because there is something to be gleaned from it and how he views himself and whatnot. Is he a media organization? Is he somebody that people should refer to as news? Does he feel like it gives him unfair pressure? Does it make it the show hard to do, to be silly because he feels that people are watching and expecting certain things? I would like him to be a bit more sorry, see, allergies for sure, wide ranging in the interview, but for a reason he didn't want to do that. Oh, you know what? I've got to get my allergy pills. Sorry, my allergies are fucking legitimately bursting up. Oh, fucking hell. This feels awful. Jesus Christ. 1 second. Bear with me 1 second whilst I go and get allergy pills to kind of sort this out, because this is not good. This is not fun! Oh, God. We got the people who actually have allergies and don't take drugs, because I know you guys in chat like, oh, he's just doing drugs. No, mate, it's allergies. We got the people who actually has allergies, because if you actually have allergies, you know what that life is, and you always have to carry a bag with fucking pills in it, and I always do. I've got fucking paracetamol here that I always carry just in case I have a little fucking situation, and then I also have, what's my Peroxazine? Where is it? Peroxazine? There we go. I've got, what's it called? Allergy tablets. You see that? Always have to carry these shits around you just in case something pops off. And today was a day. Holy shit, man. 1, 2 Benadryl. Couple Benadryls. Nah, couple allergy pills. So yeah, let's take these allergy pills and get going, man. Because oh, fuck, my throat. Yuck. Oh yeah, so there you go. But you better take one only. But I like to OD and go a little bit twisted, right? Get a little bit crazy. I'm going to take 2. Got to take 2 allergy pills. Ooh, naughty boy. Oh. Oh, God almighty. There we go. All right, cool. Then the next one I want to talk about that I thought was really cool. Again, this maybe encapsulate how funny and interesting and good that podcast was. Like I said, please, I implore you guys, please check out Theo Vaughn on Joe Rogan. It's really fun. And also check out Joe Rogan on Theo Vaughn, filmed in the same studio, but regardless, check it out. This was fucking a great moment in the podcast. Really funny. Really, really funny. And again, goes to show that I think Joe finally starts to get Theo now. I think they're maybe finally friends or something. But this was a really sweet moment, I thought, between the both of them. Honestly, please, I beg you guys, please check out Theo Vaughn and Joe Rogan, man. He's legitimately amazing. Please check him out. Actually, what's Mr. Singh said, bro, Unique is on another level. You know what? I think I might want to do a collaboration stream with Unique one day. I think we might need to go and stream together, interview each other, or just fuck around. Because I want to know how that guy ticks. I want to know what he's up to, what his vibe is, what he's on, and just why he exists, where he's from. Just dive in a bit deep and find out why I'm going with Unique. I might have to set that up, actually. I might have to reach out to him and do a little stream. What do you guys think? Would you guys be into that? If we did like a little collab stream and we stream together and find out about each other. People say, nah, nah, bro, don't. Zanny, innit? There's many California. Unique has a PhD in Schaub studies. You don't want to know. He's on that Bolsita. I would watch that just for the shit show. Again, it's not going to be informative. It's not going to be fucking... It might even be fun. It might just be a shit show. He will fall asleep mid-sleep, says in the interview, says Jones. Unique gonna pill out on you. Yeah, I don't mind that. I wouldn't mind watching him pill out on me, to be honest. Seeing what he's on. I'll try and OD on paracetamol while he tries to OD on Benadryl. right? That would be a fucking crazy one, isn't it? I'll try and OD on my fucking allergy tablets and sit and see what I'll go on. That would be fucking amazing. Yo, big up Alan. Big up Alan N. Big up. But yeah, well, what can you do? Anyway, let's move on. What's something I want to talk about here? Oh yeah, let's talk about what I said in the show title, because I've got a jet as well soon. Get to the raves. So this is a clip somebody uploaded on the Fire and the Kids subreddit. It's called Adam Rooney of 60 Minutes Reviews Bappa's Art, and I guess it's a good little compilation and a little edit someone put together, putting together Adam Rooney, obviously legendary Adam Rooney, and making it look like he's reviewing Brendan Schaub's fucking work or stand-up, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be pretty funny. I haven't actually checked this out, so I'm going to watch it live with you guys today. So let's see Wagwan, innit? Let's see Wagwan! Let's see what Adam Rooney is saying about Bappa here. And of course, if you guys haven't already, please make sure you join the Fire and the Kids subreddit. It's legitimately the greatest subreddit in the history of subreddits. All the guys on there are incredibly creative. It's a real fun community, despite what these comedians say. Unfortunately for Brendan, because he's a redact and because he does dumb things and says dumb things, they pick it apart and upload them and analyze them in excruciating, funny detail. But if he just wouldn't be a redact, there wouldn't be any content to put up on those platforms. But if you just want some fun, just hang out and chill and catch some LOL, especially if you're the kind of person like myself who used to work in retail, who used to work in bars, used to work in restaurants, and you get a little 10 minutes to go in the toilet and you're usually on there on your phone, or you get to go on a smoke break. Definitely check out the Fire and the Kids subreddit. It's a good place to go. Check on your phone, catch some LOLs, and then get back to work. Definitely recommend it if you're that kind of person. And if you're in an office job, having that stuff running in your ears as you're doing your office stuff is fucking incredible too. But I definitely think for my guys who work service jobs, who are in bars, who are in restaurants, who are doing stuff in hotels and shit, if you can get 5 minutes, 10 minutes, jump on your phone, go to Reddit, check it out. I'll definitely think the stuff on there will make you laugh. Anyway, this is Andy Rooney of 60 Minutes reviewing Brendan Schaub's stuff. Let's see what he has to say.
And now, a few minutes with Andy Rooney.
There are a lot of know-nothing boobs who don't appreciate the modern art being put up in public places in all our cities. I know this is true because I'm one of those know-nothing boobs. I don't like most of the stuff passing for art, and it's everywhere. San Diego.
Laugh Factory San Diego, July 21st to the 23rd.
Texas.
I love you, Texas. Just announces Nashville, Tennessee. Zany's one of my favorite clubs in the world.
This was done to honor Martin Luther King. Well, I'm an admirer of everything Martin Luther King stood for, but I don't think he would have stood for this.
You like have an opinion, your freedom? Thank him. You're welcome.
I may not understand art, but I do understand the English language, and that's pretentious nonsense. In New York, Lincoln Center has the best opera, the best ballet, the best symphony orchestra. Is this Mickey Mouse sculpture out front really in an art?
Yo, my man. This is the thing. If Brendan Schaub wasn't Joe Rogan's friends, more comedians will take the piss out of him, like in terms of what he wears and what he puts on. But I also think it would actually serve him well. It'd actually help him in terms of his comedy if more people ripped into him, because he would then get practiced of knowing how to like react and counter and reply back to people dissing him. But because he doesn't subject himself to insults and he's too thin-skinned and sensitive and he's too emotional and he's presented by Joe Rogan, no one can really laugh at him. But if any other comedian was wearing their wife's sunglasses, you know, unironically, because again, he wasn't doing this to be funny. He was doing this to be serious, like unfashionable and shit. Like any other comedian will get ripped into. Like you would rip into them, and it would actually make you a better comedian. It will harden you a bit. It would actually allow you to like kind of absorb insults and know how to counter those insults and whatnot. But for some reason, he just can't let himself get taken the piss out of. And I think that fundamentally, for me, apart from everything else, apart from the narcissism, apart from the bullying, apart from the entitlement, apart from the selfishness, apart from the ego and the pride, I think the one thing, in my opinion, the main thing that is holding him back as a comedian, in my opinion, is the fact that he can't laugh at himself. He can't let other people laugh at him at his expense. Like, he can't do it. He would, the kind of person that would legitimately cry, flip a table, double leg you, real naked choke you, like even legitimately go Chris Benoit on you if you ripped him too much. You know what I mean? It's not going to be a cute sight. So that's the thing I think that's holding him back as a comedian, in my opinion.
Artistic league with what goes on inside.
to that sort of stuff as someone being interviewed, that's TJ Dillashaw. Don't get me wrong. He's probably preparing for a fight. He's probably in a weight cut. He's probably thinking about eating a burger in 7 weeks. I mean, he's not even there at the moment. Right? TJ Dillashaw's got many things going on. He's a fucking prime UFC fighter. He's on the cusp of fighting for the belt again. Like, I mean, he's thinking of many different things. But if you're sitting there and you hear somebody saying you have to aim for the moon because you might land on the stars, or whatever he said. What did he say to fuck it up? I don't know what. Like, how do you not say something? Like, what the fuck? Oh my god, man.
I want to see something traditional, something I can understand, before he gets a license to do this. This is Picasso. This is Picasso, too.
Some guy's gonna be fucking her face.
Picasso earned the...
By the way, have any of you guys watched Joe Rogan's Joe Rogan stand-up comedy? Have you actually watched him on like do stand-up? What do you guys think of his stand-up? Because for me personally, I was really freaked out by all the physical stool shit. I didn't really get what that was about. The whole like fucking the stool, like sex acts and whatnot. Like I didn't get why that was funny. That seemed very like amateur. It seemed like the kind of thing like when you're like at a house party. And you want to make people laugh in the bedroom and stuff or in the living room, and you start like pretending to do stuff with chairs and book cabinets, or you maybe jump on your friend. Like it seemed like that kind of like broy, I don't know, hanging out type of comedy. But it didn't seem like the comedy that you'd put on a fucking stage and shit. It's just really bizarre. Why is this guy dry humping a chair and stuff and turning into a gargoyle talking about the Kardashians? I really didn't understand any of it. People are saying terrible, terrible shite. Asties TV says no, shite. Mr. Singh said, this is the most lit stream I've seen Zinga do. Yes, big up Mr. Singh. You know how it is, bro. When the beers start flowing and the donations start coming in, man starts getting lit. It is what it is. Do more drunk streams. Yeah, for sure. I'll definitely do more, 100%. Actually, you know what I might do? I might do another one, actually, with the beers for the UFC. I think someone mentioned in the chat. There's a UFC card coming up. I'll definitely do another stream for that one, obviously, and I'll get the beers out as well. But yeah, what's people saying? Rogan says, Rogan almost beat up Mencia. He's a legend. However, his comedy lacks brilliance. Yeah, for sure. No, Rogan definitely is a legend in podcasting. He'll go down in history as a legend in podcasting and maybe even in comedy. But is his comedy good? Is it funny? I don't really know. Or does his comedy warrant his stature? Like, he goes on tour with like Dave Chappelle and shit. He's compared to those kind of people. Is he really on that level? I don't think so, personally, for me. Like, does it matter really? Probably not, because I would probably wager stand-up comedy probably pays him the least amount of everything that he does, I would imagine. Maybe UFC. Does he get a salary from UFC? Did he say he gets a salary? Yeah, he does get a salary, right? I don't think he'd do it for free. So I think comedy probably pays him the least of it. So he does it purely for fun and purely because he loves it. And he definitely loves comedy. Like, he talks about watching old stand-up specials. He talks about writing bits. Like, contrary to Brendan doesn't talk about any of that stuff. He just, goes out there and just goes, as he says. But Joe actually looks like an actual stand-up comedian freak. But anyway, continue. Big up Andy Rooney. Oh, there's a bit at the end as well. No bit at the end. Okay, it ends. But yeah, big up the Fighting the Kids subreddit for that amazing little clip there. Hilarious as per usual. So, last thing I'm going to end on before I have to leave and get lit in the old clubs. I'm actually going to do another stream tomorrow as well, guys. So don't worry. I'm going to do another stream tomorrow also. I'll probably do it whenever I wake up today. I'll probably do another stream as well. So if you're around, I'll do another stream as well. Actually, what time is it now in fucking LA and stuff? What time is it? What time is it in LA? So it's now 7, and in New York is what time? Okay. Cool. So yeah, I'll do another show today and tomorrow. Tomorrow. See, I'm definitely lit. You can definitely tell I'm twisted already. Jesus Christ. How does Unique do this? So let me know in the chat. What's the best? Because I'm free all day tomorrow. What's the best time Berlin time to do a stream? for you guys? Like, is this time the best time for you guys, or do you prefer a bit earlier? What do you prefer? What's a good medium ground? Or should I just come on whenever I want to come on? Because I want to do another one tomorrow. What do you guys think? What's the best time? Around this time, 7 p.m. CST, people are saying. Oh, the UFC's tomorrow, you guys are saying. Oh, the UFC's tomorrow, is it? 6 p.m. Earlier a little bit. People saying a bit earlier. People are saying earlier there's UFC this time tomorrow. Okay, cool. So if I do it earlier than UFC, then you guys will come and we'll hang out, right? Because it's a Saturday. So if I do it like handing out 8 p.m. PST, 3 a.m. UK, bro, I'm still about. Yes, Proven 187. I know you're still about because if I was up, I'll still be about too. It's 4 a.m. here in Berlin at the moment. Actually, I think it's 4. Is it 4? I'm pretty sure it's 4, right? Berlin time. Is it 4? Yes, up to 4 a.m. Oh, is there a fight card tomorrow in UFC? Is there? Oh, there is. Shit. Bro, Brandon Vieira versus fucking Chito Vieira versus Dominic Cruz. I had no idea. Shit. Okay, cool. I would have donated the whole amount. I thought these others first. No, it's fine. Don't worry, Mr. Singh, brother. I appreciate you donating regardless. You don't have to do anything, brother. Thank you for regardless. 5:30 to a UFC fight night, not a PPV. Okay, cool. So I should do this stream before the UFC because people are gonna be watching the UFC, right? Because doing a live stream at UFC is a bit shit, especially on here. The quality of the streams are gonna be the greatest. But yeah, I didn't know. Oh shit, Chito Vera of Dominic Cruz is tomorrow. Okay, cool. All right, fair enough. I'll figure it out anyway. I'll figure it out. I'm not gonna do a DSP here and try and crowdsource the time because that's really annoying. I hate when streamers do that and try like tell me what to do. So don't worry, I'll figure it out. I'm a big boy. I'll figure it out. Anyway, last point to make here. I've spoken a lot about on this podcast a couple of times about Andrew Schulz, and I've spoken about how conflicted I am because I'm an actual fan of his, more so for his like marketing and his branding and his hustle and just his like creativity when it comes to how he's basically presented and brought up himself on social media in terms of stand-up comedy. Because myself being a somewhat aspiring DJ, I understand how hard it is to do what he's doing, to put yourself out there, to record videos of yourself on the selfie camera, talking about what you're doing, promoting it. It's very difficult to do. Putting clips together, uploading them, making sure they're funny, blah, blah, blah. It's difficult, but it's the necessary evil if you want to get booked. Same with me. If I want to DJ in nightclubs and stuff, I have to do more live streams. I have to do more clips, but again, I'm lazy to do them. I make excuses. It's long to do. I have to carry the equipment. I make excuses regardless, but Schulz does it. But during his recent special that he obviously released now called Infamous, he started to become a little bit annoying because he's starting to create these fake scenarios, I feel like, in order to make himself the hero of his own story. And in my opinion, I think most of these occasions that he's talking about and instances to back up his special are lies. He's spoken about being hacked. What's the other thing he spoke about? He spoke about being hacked. He spoke about being censored. He spoke about stuff being taken down on Instagram and shit. And he keeps creating these boogeymen, I feel like, in his mind in order to get his fans to rally behind him so they can keep pushing his special, put it in front of people's faces and keep selling it. And it just feels annoying because it feels very contrived. It feels very forced. And it just doesn't really lend to how he kind of comes across. Because he was, again, like him or not as a personality, but Schulz does come across a bit cool. And in my opinion, I think this stuff makes him look the opposite of cool. It makes him look lame as hell that he's going to these sort of depths and going to these sort of levels to promote a special that most people won't even care about. Because in my opinion, I've always said, I think with comedians, I think I've proved it a couple of times on this comedy stream, whatever I do. Whenever I ask people on here, have you watched so-and-so's fucking comedy special? You all say no. And I think there's a big majority of people who just don't watch comedy specials. They might watch your podcast, they might see clips on your subreddit, but they will never sit down and watch your half an hour special, let alone an hour special, right? So if that's the case, then when you do comedy specials, you're mostly doing it for your fans. You're not doing it for new fans. New fans are never going to watch your stuff, in my opinion. I don't think you're really going to... It's a bit of a... it's a bit of a cynical thing to say, but I don't think comedians find new fans from their comedy specials. I don't think so. I think the comedy specials are a way to kind of get your name out there, to get more sponsorship, to get to get people to like notice you, to get more brand deals and shit. But I don't think it necessarily gets you more fans. I think the fans you have are the fans you have. They maybe get cultivated through your podcast. But I don't think the random person would like, oh, I didn't know who Schulz is. Let me check him out, and then suddenly they're viewing him. If you're gonna watch Schulz's comedy special, you're gonna watch it because you like him as a friend. Cool. Anyway. So I think all this aggressive pushing of the comedy special is a bit pointless, because if you haven't watched it by now, you're never gonna watch it. I have not watched it still, and I'm probably never going to watch it now, especially off the back of all this cringy, annoying stuff that he's doing. And the latest thing that he's doing now is that, I guess when he launched the infamous podcast, he did similar to what Louis C.K. does. He had it on his own website. Louis C.K. has been doing this for years, so it's not a new thing. And then, but I guess his special hook that he had was that he's going to put it on his website for a short period for paid, and then after a while, it would then go free. I'd imagine. I didn't read too much into it, but I'd imagine it would be like kind of free to stream, whatnot. But I guess if you're a fan and you really wanted to help him out and you wanted to watch the comedy special right now in that moment, then it'll be available to watch. If you paid, it would be behind a paywall, so to speak. But now, obviously, he's changed his mind, or he's part of the whole brand, the whole marketing ploy, and now he's doing this whole marketing thing about him being a capitalist pig, and he's turned this into a whole new thing, and it's just annoying to me personally. So this is latest little clip he put together on his Instagram page that I thought, in my opinion, just came across a little bit contrived, a little bit annoying, a little bit try hard, and a little bit pathetic in my opinion. But again, maybe I'm reading too much into it, maybe I'm a loser, maybe I need to do my own shit, maybe I'm a hater, blah, blah, blah. Regardless, let's check the clip and see what I'll go on and see what he's saying.
I'm a greedy fucking capitalist pig. I said I was only going to sell the special for 2 weeks. I stopped the sale, and an unreal amount of people reached out to me saying that they didn't get the chance to buy it. They just heard about it late. They had financial constraints. They said that they couldn't buy it just yet. It was fucking insane this week. And since I'm a greedy fucking oinky...
I think what he's saying is that he was wanting to sell it for a discounted price on sale for $5, and then he wanted to later on have it available for retail for $15. I think that was what he was trying to do. I'm not sure if that's right, but I think that's what he's getting at.
Fat pig. I'm a fat, greasy, eat whatever... Joe Rogan would shoot me in a helicopter to
DSP.
clear up the infestation that we are. Greedy fat pig. I'm putting the special back up. I wanted to come on here and I wanted to be like, I'm doing it for you so the good people at home could get to experience my comedy. No. I'm a greedy, fat, greasy...
All right, having watched the video, it is quite funny. The fact that he's legitimately fessing up and owning up to the greed and the capitalism and the piggy nature of it and the horrible nature of it and the real scummy nature of it. Because I remember before he had this bit where he was like, what do you think? How he was a hypocrite, right? And you kind of lent into it, like being Hippocrates and shit. So I do like he has some level of self-awareness, but it's still a bit annoying.
Pig, and I want money. Okay? That is the real fucking reason. Okay, so if you go to theandrewschultz. You can help feed my fat, greedy gut. Now that I got that part out, that I'm not proud, I can tell you that I'm genuinely fucking floored by the support, and it means the fucking world to me, and thank you guys so much. But what is also true on the other side is if you had a trough here full of money, I would just the whole thing up. Eat it, snort it, chew on it. I'm going to find a way to give some money to charity once I'm dead.
That's funny. Come on. That's good. That's good.
I'm a greedy
That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Find money. Look, I think in general, you know what's funny about this sort of stuff? I was thinking about just now. Do you think most of these guys actually only have podcast fans that are comedy fans? Like, do you think there actually exist Andrew Schulz stand-up comedy fans only and don't watch his podcast? Or do you think all these fans come from his podcast? It must be a really weird place to be as a stand-up comedian, where all your fans only like you because of what you say on podcasts, but don't actually like you on this. But yeah, only like you because you're a podcast, and then watch your stand-up because of that. But they don't find you that funny. They just want to support you because they like you. Because of the thing about podcasts, it creates like a parasocial relationship, like you and I, right? I feel like I know you guys to the point where I'm taking my laptop on vacation because I want to talk to you guys because you're my e-friends, right? I don't have any real friends, so why not talk to you guys? I could be in a club somewhere grinding on something big and meaty, right? But instead I'm over here talking to you guys. So clearly there's a connection that we have. So let's say I put out a stand-up special. Even if it's terrible, you'll probably still support me because you like me as a streamer, not me as a comedian. So it must be the same for these kind of guys. Like they get more love being the podcaster versus the actual stand-up. So it must be a bit of a mindfuck for them, don't you think? Like it must be a little bit annoying. Like people don't actually like them for their comedic mind. They only like them for which might explain why people like Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock and stuff, why those guys are very hesitant to do their own podcast. They just do stand-up comedy. They don't want to be looked as a podcaster because they don't want people to like them for a podcast. They want people to only like them for their stand-up comedy and their acting and stuff. But you know what I mean? What do you think? Maybe I'm drunk. I'm just talking about my ass. I don't really know. But honestly, guys, all my life, right? I've had one full beer. Was that one full beer? Yeah, I've had one full beer. See that, right? One full beer and one half a beer, and I'm already lit. I don't know how Unix does it. I really don't know how Unix does it, but I want to find out. So I do think I'm going to reach out to Unix soon, and I'm going to make sure that I find out how Unix does this whole fucking getting lit on stream and shit. I want to find out how he does it, but whew, that was fun, guys. I'm going to kick out because I've got to go and fucking go to the club and hang out and shit. Hopefully you guys had fun. I'm going to upload the clips and put the timestamps on later. It would be nice if I could link those other things together, but I can't really. I'm going to... What else am I going to... Yes, I'm going to hopefully do a stream tomorrow before the UFC. So if you're around, tune in for that one. That should be fun. I'll probably do it... The stream tomorrow, I'll probably do it around 6 p.m. Berlin time to CST. What is that? Yeah, so I'll probably do the podcast around... No, it's not 6 p.m. Let's do 9 p.m. Let's do 9 p.m. I might do the podcast tomorrow, the stream tomorrow around 2 p.m. Central Time. 2 p.m. So if you're around then definitely come out and check me out. Saturday, 2 p.m. Central Time. I'll probably do a podcast around then. I'll put the stream up again ahead of time so you can add it to your notifications and whatnot and check it out when I end up doing it. But regardless, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for everybody that donated to the Agostino fucking Berlin Beers and Beer Fund. That link will still be there in the chat. So if you want to continue donating, make sure you do. The more coins you donate, the more Berliner Kins I'll drink on stream and get absolutely wasted on here and get lit because I'm in this fucking Airbnb. Right? Shall I show you what it looks like actually? Look at this Airbnb. Look how amazing it looks. Do you guys see it? It looks pretty. It's cool actually. It's a pretty nice little Airbnb. I'm not going to lie. Can you guys see what the Airbnb looks like a little bit? You see that? Right? That's the window over there. Can you see that? That's a little living room. That's my room there. That's a cupboard. That's the doorway. And here's me. But yeah, so I'll do another stream again tomorrow. Like I said, 4 p.m. 2 p.m. Jesus Christ, I'm lit. 2 p.m. tomorrow. We'll get another stream and we'll do it again. So hopefully you guys check it out. What are people saying in the chat? Before I leave, let me just see what the chat's saying. Big up Ago, have a good one. Thank you, Proven. I appreciate you. Big up Brian in the chat. Have fun in Germany, dude. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Of course, Brian. Big up Alan. Big up Marty Moose. Marty Moose says, I watch Unique first 40 minutes and then his show starts and Kyle mumbling by then and I bounce over. Good night, gang. Okay, fair enough. Big up Marty Moose. Big up Mr. Singh as per usual. Big up Alan N. Big up everybody. As your closet is much bigger than Kyle's. Thank you. But yeah, it's not my closet. It's only fucking Airbnb, so it's not my home. But regardless, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. It's been a pleasure to have your company. I'll check you guys out tomorrow at 2 p.m. CT. Hang out with me. I'll put the stream link obviously up on my channel so you guys can have the location. Thank you everybody for donating to the Berlin Beers and Pills Fund. Continue to do so whilst I'm here, and I appreciate everything, and I'll make sure I get as many beers as possible and get little stream because it seems like you guys enjoy me being a bit loose and being a little bit fun and shit, so I'll do more of it going forward. But anyway, thank you so much, guys. I really do appreciate you. Thanks so much for joining in. I'll see you guys again very soon. Take care. Be safe.